Lauryn Hill. So peep the headlines that she just made. Lauryn Hill, thanks for stepping up. Essence Fest, your production changes had me looking crazy. So before I read that, we did see some of this footage hit the web the other day. Check this out. So this was her show.
Hold on. Tell him.
It's empty. That's a big stadium to be empty. You see a caption though. It says, "After the night ran behind schedule, Hill didn't finish until 3:37 a.m."
Tell him.
All right. Let's give a little bit more context though. This was the Essence Festival of Culture. So Essence being behind this. If so, I would put them in the seat of, like, let's say, the league owner, the party promoter, the event coordinator, right? Lauryn Hill had time today to inform her haters they've been miseducated. That's a bar about her recent Essence Festival show, which started 3 hours late. It wasn't her fault, losers. Okay. This caption here by Raymond Arroyo, is he from Essence? This is so terrible to do to a performer. Lauryn Hill closed out the Essence Festival at the Superdome last night. Due to program delays, the dome was empty and she finished at 3:37 a.m. Okay, now look at this post here from Essence. Family is family, and around here we protect our own, no matter what the people have to say. Let's be very clear. We don't play about Miss Lauryn Hill, not for clicks, not for headlines. She arrived on schedule, stepped on stage, and delivered the kind of performance only a legend can. The delay, not hers. We will take that. The moment, one for the books. The legacy, still unmatched. Put some respect on her name. Keep the takes, but keep her out of them. All love and deep, profound admiration for Miss Lauryn Hill. Hashtag Essence Fest 25. Now that's definitely admirable. It's dope. It's dope to see Essence, take this one on the chin for Lauryn Hill. Mind you, though, that's just a post or a tweet or Instagram caption versus Lauryn Hill's brand. The thing about Lauryn Hill's brand, and the reason why she's always going to get a bulk of it, the face will always get most of the blame. The league owner, the party promoter, the event coordinator, they will continue to get most of the blame, especially if they have a reputation. This is why reputation, even if you have one or two latenesses, one or two cancellations, right? If you have 100 good shows and two cancellations is not your reputation, right? But if you have 100 shows and 30 cancellations, or a total of 40 of a mix of cancellations, excuses, latenesses, then you would have a reputation for the shit, right? So just with a quick Google, look what I Googled real quick. You see what I typed in here? Lauryn Hill misses shows. This is the AI response from Google. Lauryn Hill has recently been in the news due to several concert cancellations and instances of being late to shows. These issues have caused frustration among fans and led to discussions about her touring habits. While some cancellations have been attributed to the vocal strain, others have been linked to ticket sales and production issues. Remember, the low ticket sales at times is something that's always going to get spun into the public. Well, I should say a lot of times get spun into the public. Sick, something came up, issues, excuses, protect the brand. Once again, we just saw Bobby Shmurda go through some of that. You pick who's right, Bobby or the promoter. They're both putting out contradicting stories. Vocal issues. Hill has cited vocal strain and injury as reasons for postponing or canceling some shows, including a 2023 tour with the Fugees. She has mentioned needing time to recover and avoid long term damage to her voice. Damn. Damn. Late starts. She has also been notably late to several performances, including a recent 2025 Essence Festival appearance. Once again, people still saying that she showed up late. The patrons would have the most to say, regardless of what Essence is posting and Lauryn Hill is saying. The patrons could easily identify which is which. Um, Hill has addressed these issues, stating that lateness is not due to the lack of care or respect for fans, but rather a challenge in aligning her energy and creative process with the scheduled time. She has also mentioned production delays as a contributing factor, according to Asbury Park Press. You want to hear something about lateness and how much it kills event coordinators, league owners, party promoters. Um, the epic classic Calico versus Ill Will on the RBE channel. Some people say that that is their favorite RBE battle. Some people say that that's their favorite battle, period. Some people say it's top 10 battles of all time. We made the best out of a shitty situation. The fact of the matter is we didn't get that. We don't have a here goes the word reputation. We don't have a reputation for running our events off schedule. We have a reputation for delivering our events inside schedule. I believe this is the only event in 10 years where we had to conduct a battle outside of the venue that we had booked due to timing running out. I believe that's the only one, if I remember correctly. If I'm off of my memory right now on the spot, then there's no more than 3 out of 10 years. You know what I'm saying? But it's because lateness. There was people in, and I'm not saying Cal or Will, right? Sometimes it could be a domino effect, right? But there was people in the event that was late and it's pushing the event back, right? Lateness is I'll be transparent, man. Lateness is one of the reasons why me and Raw got into it, right? So Froze, remember when me and Froze had our fallout? Froze had a position that was understandable, right? And I had my position. And in the midst of our disagreements leading up to the event, um, we were both giving off bad energy. I'll take accountability as well, and I'm pretty sure he does also. But even some of the text messages he was sending me, like, because we're all in the building waiting for him. You know what I'm saying? And I felt like some of his nonchalance of like, I'm not saying this was his words, but I kind of felt like I'll get there when I get there based on what me and him was already going through. And then when he got there, and then when he did that shit, poking me in the chest, talking about I may, that's why I was like, oh fuck no, payback. Both of us matured a lot since then. We grew from that. We both, we spoke about that as men, but some of that was involved there. Another example was and this ain't no, I ain't taking random shots. Jag is the only person that I docked contractually from some of his back end payment due to lateness, because we had I believe it was a mask on event. Yeah, it was Jag versus 40 Cal, and that was like around the COVID time or whatever. And we finished the whole event, and then everybody that was there had to sit there for like almost 2 hours just waiting for Jag to pull up. And I'm coming, I'm here, I'm there, boom, 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 and he finally walks in. It's the main event, so everybody's just patiently waiting. And I'm spending more time to book out more time in the venue. Luckily, there wasn't somebody else booking after me, scheduling wise. And just to kind of like show that my nigga, like, don't treat us like that. You gotta be more responsible. That's the only reason I touched a piece of his back end. Every other time when I had lateness, I never touched anybody back end. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, going back to Lauryn Hill and why this ties in is the reputation of it bleeds forward. And now you got tour cancellations. A 2024 North American tour with the Fugees was canceled, with Hill attributing the cancellation to ticket sales, while Praz Michael, another member of the group, has blamed her. So he wanted to do the tour. She possibly canceled, and he blamed her for that. Fan disappointment. The inconsistent touring schedule and late starts have led to significant disappointment and frustration among fans, some of whom have expressed their feelings on social media. Legal issues. Lauryn Hill is also facing a lawsuit with Praz Michael for fraud and breach of contract related to the canceled Fuji's tour. So she had a contract with Praz allegedly that she breached, which means that he don't get paid now. So, I mean, I say allegedly, I didn't read no paperwork behind that or nothing like that, but this is still Lauryn Hill's reputation, unfortunately. And the reason why it means so much to us is because of this right here. This right here. Lauryn Hill is to be one of our GOATs, revered as one of the greatest of all time. And this album is in a lot of people's top 10 albums of all time, top 20s of all time. It's not easy to put it out of a top 20, top 30, top 50 for anybody, for everybody. This album right here, man. And even the follow-up to this made a lot of people head scratchy. Now, I get it. Lauryn Hill has her way of going about her artistry that we all have to respect. She could be shadowy at times, and she's not giving her massive fan base what they want, and that's her decision. And there's people that still have legacies for being on some Kendrick pop out every once in a while type shit. Then you got other people that's there in your face consistently, like a Future, right? He's always there, always featuring. Lauren has been way more shadowy and not as accessible. But for her to be so exclusive and to have that type of reputation, it hurts. It hurts. Here goes a hot take for y'all, because we talk about this in battle rap. We talk about, can you lose your God tier or your Hall of Fame or your Mount Rushmore status? Possibly, possibly. I mean, once you etch certain legacy, Mount Rushmore candidate will always be there. God tier can absolutely be affected. Absolutely. And like, here's a hot take for you. I take overall, as far as what they've done and how they moved through their whole career, all the way from when we met them all the way to today, I take Missy Elliott over Lauryn Hill. There goes your hot take. Me personally, the only time that Missy Elliott has gone away is, I believe, she was dealing with medical and health issues, right? Everything else hits, the classics, the trend setting, the albums, the fan engagement, doesn't have this type of reputation. The shows, when you pay your money, you have an expectation, right? And if I've ever, as a league owner, done something that made you feel as a fan you didn't get what you were supposed to get, I apologize for that.